Hi there. So lately I've had a couple questions about how I use my plotter because I only use the one plotter as my work planner, personal stuff, everything goes in here. Not as a journal. I have a separate journal, but for everything involving scheduling, keeping track of things, to-do lists, notes, all that goes here. So let me give you a quick tour. This is the 5th anniversary plotter, and it has a rose gold spine, and it comes with the embossing on the cover. And if you're not familiar with plotters, basically, I have another video where I talk about that, but and I'll link it in the cards up there somewhere. But basically, plotters are a binder system, and they're modular, so you can buy the inserts that you want. You can make your own inserts. It's the same as other ring binder systems. It's just a little bit sleeker, so you can see how thin they are. And this is one of the reasons that people like plotters, because they're pretty minimal. They're thin, they fit in your bag, they're not bulky, and they're just sleek and modern looking. I find that, this is just my personal opinion, but the planners or ring binders that have the little button latch, I can't stand it. I just think it looks awful. Now, that's just me. I know lots of people love them. Totally down with that. I just don't like them. So anyway, I got into plotter earlier this year, and I've been working through how to make it work for me and my schedule or my work life. So I thought I'd take you through what I've done so far. So I do have a piece of blotter paper stuck in here. I can slide it in and out. I find I haven't been using it, so I may just remove that. So my first page is actually my incoming page. So all of the things that I order, I just keep track of when they were ordered, whether they've shipped, when they arrive, that kind of thing. Just helps me remember, because sometimes things get lost. Like, for example, this Old Navy order has actually got one more thing coming, and I just realized it's not here yet, so I need to go back and look at that. So anyway, that's the incoming, and then the next section is the monthlies. Now, this is the one place where this may not work for you. The organizational structure that I use, it may not work for you. I don't do any like major personal planning stuff. I mark out holidays and stuff, but other than that, I just don't. So, like, I don't have kids, I don't have appointments on the weekend or whatever. I don't have games to go to. So for me, the monthlies are pretty much just work tracking of events, days off. If I'm going to conferences, that goes in here. And so these two pages are remnants from my smaller plotter, which I'm currently not using. That's why they're small and weird looking, but this is what the regular monthly looks like for plotter. So that's the first section. This is the one place where I think my layout may not work for people. If that's the case, you may want to get a second pack of monthlies and put them somewhere else in your binder. If you feel like you need that, I really barely use them, so not necessary. And the next section this is the meat of my layout and my structure and the important part. So this is my weekly spread. So I have one weekly spread per week, and it has a left and right side, and it has contents in the middle. So if this helps you at all, this is the left, this is the right, and here's the middle stuff. So for me, the left side is for my regular day-to-day work stuff. As you can see, there's not a ton. I do have Saturday and Sunday or weekends here, just in case I have things that I want to note down for the weekend. But as you can see, my regular work is a bit slow at the moment, and that's because I'm working on a really big project. And so my big project stuff goes on this side, and you can see there's quite a bit more stuff. So both sides are set up for a week view. This one only has 5 days because this is dedicated just to this big project. And the other side has 5 days plus the weekend days. So then what I do is I have an orange memo size paper. And so this content goes with regular work stuff. And so this memo pad is my floating to-do list. In other words, things that don't have a deadline that I probably should get to at some point, those go here. And then if I have notes for my regular work, those go here. And on the other side, so regular work tasks day to day go here. And then I have the same memo pad or memo sheet for, in this case, it's doing a little bit of a different function, things that, like I have a schedule of presentations I'm doing, and then some long-term priorities, and then I have long-term tasks also on the back. And then I have notes for the long-term project here. I've actually got several pages of notes at this point. Last week, I think I had 4 pages of notes, so this is actually slim for me. But as I need to add notes pages, I just add another one. And so you can kind of see how the layout works here. So regular work, notes in the middle, project work. Now I'm showing this to you because this could actually work for people who need a personal planner and a work planner in the same place. So you can do this in any arrangement that you want, but the point is that you can divide 2 concepts in one space. So you can do personal here and work here, or vice versa. You could do, health stuff here and personal stuff here, whatever you feel like doing. But this is kind of the meat of how I use my planner. And then once I'm done with the week, like you can see, I don't have other weeklies in here. Once I'm done with the week, I archive it. So I take this page and I put it in an archive because these are just tasks, and if I need anything, I will have migrated it to the next week. So these go away. These pages get migrated to the next week, and then the notes pages get archived in the back of my plotter. I keep these because I tend to need to go back and refer to them sometimes. So I'll keep them for a couple of months and then I'll move them into the archive as well. And so as I said, these little notepads, they get migrated. So just to show you, I've got the next work week set up already. And so if I needed to put tasks in advance, I could do that. And so the reason that I have these pages handmade instead of using the Plotter's pre-made weeklies is because I got my plotter so late in the year. I didn't think I wanted to buy an entire pack of weeklies just for 3 months. I figured I'd just write them out. But I do have them in here for when I need them. And I just wanted to show you, this is what the Plotter's weeklies look like. So it's identical to what I've been doing, except it has Saturday and Sunday. But this will do the same thing for me. I will have regular work tasks on one side and project work tasks on the other, and then I'll do my middle setup in the same way. And as I said, I've got my archive in the back. I'll keep things for a couple months. The other thing I wanted to mention is I use these Uniball 1F pens religiously. I use them because they dry quickly and they're very, very, very dark, very black. The pigment stands out on the page. So if you're looking for, and by the way, they dry really quickly, even on Tomoe River paper and on design fill or plotter insert paper. So I love these pens. I use them all the time. They do sometimes get a little skippy depending on how smooth the paper is. So you have to have a little bit of patience, but once they get going, they will continue to work. So it's kind of like warm them up once for the day and then they're good to go. So I love those. I have tried lots of other pens. I've got the Sarasa vintage pens, which I love, but the refills don't dry very quickly. Actually, in this one, I have a Uniball 1 refill in this pen because they also fit. And the other thing is I've been using Uniball 1 orange because it matches the orange of these grid papers. And these are from, well, it kind of matches. These are from the Plotter 5th anniversary set. All of the, well, the grid pages and The cover are from the 5th anniversary set, if you're curious. So anyway, that's what's going on with my plotter. As far as 2023, I am planning to use this, but I know that I tend to get bored in a planner. So I do have a Hobonichi Weeks just in case I need it. I'm anticipating that what I will do in the weeks, if I move into it at some point, is I will end up using this side for work stuff, this side for big project stuff, and then I'll just do my notes in the back because I bought a Mega. So I'll just use the back for my notes section. And then I have this roll of sticky, the whole thing is sticky, but they're basically sticky notes that you can stick anywhere, and I like that they're neon. So I'll probably use those for my content that needs to migrate. So like those long-term to-do lists that I had on the orange papers, I would put those on sticky notes and then just move them week to week. So yeah, this is a potential for next year as well. But so far, I'm digging the plotter. It seems to be working for me. It's helping me stay focused and organized. The other thing that I've tried that hasn't worked so well, because I'm a hoarder, is I bought these plastic sheet things to put in my plotter, and I just filled them up so much that they took up a lot of space. Like the plotter it only has 11 millimeter rings in it, and when I put these in, it just was taking up too much space. And I'm like, unless I'm traveling, I don't need to have these in my plotter. They can just be set to the side. So that's what I've done for now. They're off to the side. If I do go on a work trip, I can put them into the back. So yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is I prefer these slimmer page marker ruler things. The plotter one, this is the plotter page marker thing. I just feel like it gets in the way mostly. So that's why I have it in the front. It just marks my monthly instead of my week. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that the plotter narrow stuff does fit in the Bible size. This is a Bible size, by the way. The narrow stuff fits into the Bible size, but it is just narrower by 1/2 inch maybe. And if I were to use that, it would leave my dates on the sides exposed. So I have been considering getting the narrow ruler page marker, and also potentially narrow page notes, because then it would make me feel like my week is less divided with the note section. So it would basically look like this. And this would be the narrow note section. I'm considering doing that. I'm concerned about losing the real estate because I do take a lot of notes typically. But it would let me feel like this is a full week spread because I would see the sides of the whole week of both sides. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. Just so you know, the plotter narrow stuff does fit in the Bible size, which is what this is. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment in the comments down below. Are you using a plotter? Do you have an interesting layout that you use for your work/home life? I'd love to know about it. I will see everybody next week. Bye.